Mortal Kombat! Oh, right. Oh, welcome, everybody! Welcome and good evening to the Mid-Atlantic Molly League's Dungeon Bowl. We're in week number 2. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. Mr. Rocker Crocker, Pips Pippy, will be up tonight. We've got a triple header to get underway, so we're going to get right into it here in game number 1. Tonight, we're going to get started with the Spitespyre Snipers versus Odin it's Nuffle, Squig versus Clypheus. We've got Wood Elves versus Norse. Clypheus, thank you very much for the bits. All right, let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the rosters for these two teams this evening. Over in Division A, in first place, that's where we are tonight for the first game of our triple header. And in first place is Chimes Conspicuous Disunion. They are a Necro team. They're 1-1-0. They are tied with the Fishy Fiends, Ajax's Chaos Renegades team, also 1-1-0. And in third place, the team up tonight, the Spitespyre Snipers, Squig's Wood Elf team. They are 1-0-0, looking to go 2-0-0 here in Division A. In Division B, in first place, it's a tie between Technobabble Inc., that's my human team, and the Arlington Nationals, coached by B-Dog, that's an undead team, each 1-0-0, and third place is, of course, in my opinion, the GOAT, Electric Man's Skaven team, also 1-0-0. And finally, over in Division C, in first place, we have MAML Nightmare, coached by Festoon, a Necro team. They are 2-0-0 after their win this week. Philosopher's Song, coached by Spires, in second place. That's a Lizard team. And the Discomancers, tied with the World of Cheese. Ian's Discomancers and James Likes Snacks World of Cheese, a Necro and Necro and Pro Elf team, respectively, each 1-0-0 with 2 touchdowns scored in week number 1. Ajax the Riot, welcome to the stream. Welcome everyone to the stream. Clypheus, Ajax the Riot, Electrics Man, Mr. Rocker Crocker, Moob. Welcome all to the stream here this evening for game number 1 of 3 tonight. The home team for game number 1 tonight is going to be the Spitespyre Snipers. They're coming in with just 10 on the roster. That means they're going to have to pick up a journeyman for 70K. Their TV currently at 985,000 gold. They'll have to effectively bring that up by 70K with the journeyman. They have both war dancers on the roster, a thrower, 2 catchers, and a bunch of linemen, 2 dedicated fans, 1 reroll. They're going to be up against the Norse of not Conspicuous Disunion. They're going to be up against the Norse of Odin it's Nuffle, coached by Clypheus. 14 on the roster. The big guy will not be starting this week. Sheppy the Yeti out with an injury. Otherwise, 2 Wolf Warners, 2 Valkyries, and 2 Beer Boars, and a bunch of Linos on this roster. That brings their TV to 1,320,000 gold. That's 240,000 gold in petty cash, I believe. That will be going back to the Wood Elf team. And we'll talk about what they might do with that in just a second. On the roster here, I'm sorry. Boy, I am so spaced out. It's been a busy day, and I haven't gotten everything done that I want to get done, and it's eating away at me. 1 Apothecary, all 7 dedicated fans, and 3 rerolls. That's right, it is Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection Day as well. How are these two teams going to play? We'll talk about, let's talk about the home team first, right? So the Wood Elf team, I like Wood Elves a lot. And that is because they start with these 2 war dancers, right? MA, strength of 3, edge of 2, being elves naturally, and they are blodgers with leap no less, as rookies. They are absolutely fantastic. Very expensive at 125,000 gold each. But boy, you start off with a blodger. That's a real nuisance to to many teams at least. Perhaps not the team they're up against tonight. But still a very, very solid piece, very fast, very agile, has a thrower for the pass skill, the free reroll on the pass. Also picked up Hail Mary pass. This is the, boy, I cannot think tonight. This is the skill where basically you pick a space and you throw the ball. a very solid passing game on this roster, along with the 2 catchers as well, but also a very solid running game, right? You have lots of speed on this roster, lots of agility. 1 journeyman is not going to be a problem here for the snipers tonight at all. They're totally fine with that. He can go up on the line, no problem. This is a team that's going to use their agility and use their speed to try to get around these Norsemen, but they're not going to do that strictly by dodging. Of course, they'll certainly dodge. The Norsemen are a very, very bashy team. You'll see in just a second, if you haven't already, if you didn't notice, there's lots of block on that roster. But it's a very bashy team, but it's also a very fragile team. So the opposing team here, they're going to go in for the blocks, but they're going to try not to give too many blocks back to the Wood Elves here, because the Wood Elves are going to try to block you back, right? If you make a mark, well, these Wood Elves, I mean, they're not weak, right? The catchers are strength 2, sure, but everybody else is a strength 3, including that journeyman. Getting that 2-die block, not going to be too much of a problem against this team, and they are 8+ as well. So the Norsemen are going to have to be really, really careful, and as usual, play that dance where they go in and they punch, but then they don't give too many blocks back to the opposing team where they can start losing players. The advantage that the Norsemen have is on all their skills here, and that's going to be the trouble for the Wood Elves tonight, right? So Odin's Nuffle has been playing in 2 competitions in the season so far. They've got a lot of skills on the roster. They did lose their big guy here. Claw, not much of a factor anyway, because that treats everybody's AV as if it's 8+. The Woodies are already at an 8+, but all this block, all this tackle, frenzy on the Ulfwereners. You've got Mighty Blow on one of the Ulfwereners, right? This is going to be a problem for the Wood Elves, but it might be a problem for Odin and Snuffle as well, right? The Ulfwereners, strength 4, frenzy, block, awesome. Mighty Blow and tackle, super awesome, right? That's a kill piece, but positioning him can be tricky. Strength 4 can keep him reliable, block can keep him reliable, but you have to follow up on that frenzy block, and you have to be careful that you're not giving up the blocks against your opponent. AV 9+ is much, much better than AV 8+, however, so maybe Iona goes in on a blitz and maybe is okay against maybe a single mark after the blitz. Francia and Frisia here, these are almost always going to be the ball carriers on this roster. They are the fastest players. Francia's pick up an extra point of movement, bringing them up to an MA of 8. They're not both blodgers. I was going to say they're both blodgers, but they're not. Frisia, a blodger. Francia has tackle and dodge, but they have great skills even as rookies, right? They've got pass, they've got dauntless, they've got catch, and they can really bounce off each other. Well, maybe I shouldn't say bounce. Maybe I shouldn't say fumble. they can pair up with each other very well to really move that ball pretty far in a single turn. The elves, of course, very aware of this tactic. That is a tactic they use all the time, but they can do it much better than this team can because they have a better agility, right? So Odin and Snuffle, they want to get in, they want to take those blocks with all this frenzy, with all the block, with tackle against those war dancers. That's going to be huge, right? Clyface is going to be hunting those war dancers down, trying to remove them off the pitch. Tackle basically no longer makes them a blodger, right? Now they're just block, right? Tackle's going to negate that dodge skill. That can make it much easier to remove that ward. Boy, I almost choked on air. I can make it much easier to remove those war dancers from the pitch. And he'll be targeting those war dancers. They're very, very critical to that team with all that speed, with the very few skills that a low TV Wood Elf team has as well. And if he can get a knockdown on a war dancer, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a foul, perhaps with a beer boar, to try to remove a war dancer off the pitch. I think the beer boars tonight are going to be on foul duty. Beer boars are great, right? They have pick me up, of course, and they can get to where they want to go. They're stunty. Their dodges are pretty safe. They can lend an assist, but with a couple of beer boars, I think they're going to be foulers tonight. When you're looking at a team that is linemen, you've got a thrower, you got a couple of catchers, great positionals, but the war dancers are really the stars of the show. And if you can remove them, you have a big, big advantage against this elf team. 240,000 gold? I don't think that's a Jordell Fresh Breeze. Is it Jordell Fresh Breeze? I think that's his name. I think it's an Eldril Sidewinder, though, that he can pick up in the inducement phase for 240. Boy, I have been non-stop since like 8:30 this morning. I've just been... Oh boy, lots of money on the table here. Well, not on the table. That's when you leave it behind. Lots of money to be earned by the coaches tonight. 10 fan factor for Odin and Snuffle. 3 for the snipers as they're just getting started here. Odin and Snuffle. What's the opposite of an underdog? The overdog? The favored team in terms of team value. So 215, it's not 240, it's 215,000 gold going back to the snipers here. So they can't get Eldril Sidewinder either. Eldril Sidewinder coming in at 230k. Of course, Jordell Fresh Breeze at 250k. Naturally, that's there's not enough money to pay for a Morgenthorg. So we'll see what Squig decides to do here with this money. Honestly, I was just about to say, honestly, a wizard would not be a bad pick, right? A wizard, I don't think a wizard is ever really a bad pick. That wizard's going to do a couple of things for you. It's going to force the opposing team to really spread out and be careful of that fireball. The fireball hits a 3x3 square on the pitch, so a tight cage can be problematic. But also, if you break away with one of these Valkyries, there is a zap on the table, right? The Valkyries are an edge of 3+, but there's a zap potential to try to stop that as well. I don't think they're going to use it for the zap. I think we're going to see it just threaten the fireball. You don't actually have to use the fireball to get the advantage of the fireball. Just having it on deck, ready to go, makes your opponent have to play differently. Anchor formation for the defense. 4 on the line for the offense currently. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, threat of a wizard has a lot of value. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I have a lot of work. I feel like I did a lot of work today, but I didn't get to where I wanted to be, and it frustrates me. But the junk removers did arrive today and took all the junk away, and they were not cheap, but they were really good. Honestly, it took me like 6 hours to queue up all that junk for them to take out. They took it out in less than an hour and left the basement spotless. And they weren't any trouble at all. They gave me an honest quote right up front. It was a really nice experience. Time to collect more junk. That's right. War Master, welcome to the stream. Festoon, welcome as well. If I haven't welcomed you already. You know what? Welcome anyway, even if I did welcome you already. Here's the oh, we gotta go red-blue. I just realized it's blue on blue. All right, Odin and Snuffle now in the red. They're on offense to start. Good catch on the high kick here by Frizzia, the number 5 Valkyrie. This is the high agility Valkyrie, the agility of 2. The agility of 2+. Had to spend a team reroll right out of the. Oh, those are great dice. Right out of the gate here on the double skulls. Odin and Snuffle down to 2 rerolls for the half. There's a high agility Valkyrie. There's a high speed Valkyrie. Bah! I said they were a bashy team, not a criminal team, not a murder team. Second block of the game, second armor break. This time it's a death. A dead elf. Goodbye, the Dazzler. Squiggy McSquig says turn 1 death, called it. 2-9 blitz over on the left side of the defensive formation here. That left outer linebacker blocked to the ground, had to follow up due to frenzy, and now taking a mark against the Griffin Prince, the number 11 catcher. If he had any manners, he would have killed the loner. Ten seconds on the clock. Various sites in Northwest England. The rookie beer bore over on the right side of the line of scrimmage as the ball advances up to the 4-yard line. Keeping players spread wide. Is very aware of the threat of the fireball. Turn one now for the defense. Coming in for the assist, and now the blitz on Iona. 2-die blitz. Gets a both standing result out of this. Bellamy, the #1 war dancer on that block. Another assist comes in for a 2-die. Gets the POW here on the Ulf Werner. No armor break. They have the strongest armor on the team with just an AV of 9+ a failed 2+ dodge. Wow. Wow. Failed 2+ dodge. Turn 2 back to Odin. It's Nuffle. I think the dagger here is a little shook seeing his friend die in front of him. One-man player advantage for Odin and Snuffle. Majax the Riot says, manners? Blood Bowl? Death is the best thing to praise, Snuffle. I've been, like, heads down in work. And, like, I have, like, parcels building up in my living room. Like, I haven't even opened my mail. 2-die blitz over on the right side. Here's the knockdown against Scorpion, the level 2 catcher. I went to my friendly local game store this weekend and bought... They had 3 different boxes of an old Pressman board game called Weapons and Warriors. So I bought all 3 boxes. I'm very excited, but I want to like sort them before I put them in my game room. But they're just sitting in the living room. Bad Dog praying to Nuffle. Mr. Rocker Cracker says, who's putting in their BB 3rd season pre-orders? Are they up on Games Workshop right now? Because I will do that right now. Oh, Saturday for Games Workshop. Okay. I don't think any of my FLGSs would even know what I'm talking about. I don't even think the Warhammer store would know what I'm talking about. 2-die blitz, here's a push against the #8 lineman. Double pals against that same lineman here on the second block. No armor break though. Remember these Norsemen are pretty fragile as these Wood Elves with an AV of 8+. I think we're going to see a lot of injuries tonight, or at least a lot of removals. Foul with 2 assists. Only if you succeed on the dodge. Oh, no! No, the imposter broke his neck. Going in for the foul. I think that was a great call, and the foul would have been a 6+ to break armor, but failed the dodge, didn't want to spend the reroll. Also a good call, but unfortunately, he's right there in that metal ring at the center of the field. That's going to break anybody's neck. Very easy to trip over. Two-die blitz gets the POW here against the dagger. 8+ breaks the hand. Man, another removal. That's a 3-man player advantage for Odin and Snuffle. Balsa wood elves. Yeah, AV8 is scary, man. Ball moves forward to the opposing 6-yard line. Moves out of the left wide zone. Actually, I'm going to see if one of my FLGSs even has Blood Bowl mentioned on their website. Let's see. Oh, no! Oh, oh the pigmanity! Another murder! Somebody call the old world police! Lower the rush failure rate, but not the death rate! Two dead, and we're in the first quarter of the game. 4-man player advantage for Odin. It's Nuffle. Double homicide on triple header night. McMackey, welcome to the stream. 2-9 block against the slap down of Rarick. Final reroll, or the one reroll, I should say, spent here. Gets the knockdown. And that's, well, gets knocked down, I should say. Boy, you know what? So we've often talked about Blood Bowl tactics and Blood Bowl strategy on this stream. There's one strategy that I think people often neglect, and that is praying to Nuffle. You've really got to make sure you get your prayers in week after week. For Nuffle is a fickle god. Oh, God. See, what you can see, what Clypheus has done here, anything on the pitch, none of this matters. None of this matters. This is what matters right here. Praising Nuffle in his team name. That is true strategy. That's 6 gone. 6 gone in turn 4. Five-man player advantage for Odin and Snuffle. Ball moves forward to the opposing 8. Odin and Snuffle still keeping players spread a little wide here. Here's another foul attempt. 2 assists on the foul. 6+ breaks armor. Got the armor break, gets the stun, does not get called off. Turn 4 now for the snipers. Dodges to get the 2 assists. And now a 2-die block against the Ulfwerener will be 9+ to break armor. Both standing result takes the push instead. Will not follow up. Tried the 50-50 dodge away from the gaggle of Norsemen, and that'll be a turnover. Turn 5 now for Odin and Snuffle. Well, that was turn 5, so we were due a removal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 left on the pitch here. Turn number 5 for Odin and Nuffle. Here's the blitz. They're gonna get the knockdown thanks to tackle. No armor break, but I assume we're gonna see a foul here by number 13 shortly. Warmaster says, did they find the bodies? So, funny you say that. One of my big, like, I don't want to say fears, but like, so I actually bought like a trolley, like you know, like those carts where you lift heavy boxes or whatever. I was gonna move it all outside. I don't have to. They will come in and take it, but I don't like people coming into my house. Like, so. For example, so I just wasn't going to move it. I've been too busy and it's been too much. So I queued it all up in the basement. And when they came to pick it up, they do this like, they really push the upsell. They're like, you know, if you've got anything else you want us to move, like, it could be upstairs. We'll take it. And they kind of start meandering, right? And one of them, fouled here. Didn't break armor, finally gets called off by the ref. The ref. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Fouled with the beer bore. The ref's like, all right, that's enough. Calliope is like, hey, is that really a foul? He's like, seriously, dude? Seriously, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh boy, sometimes, man. 3. What else left on the pitch? Turn 6 for Odin and Nuffle. Well, anyway, so he starts wandering through the basement, and I have arcade cabinets in the basement. And he's like, are those arcade cabinets? And I was like, yeah. And so they like want to like start looking around. And I'm just like, I don't want that. Not that, like, they were really nice and they were super cool, but I don't like that. So anyway, at the end, after they cleaned it all up, one guy like asked to check out the rest of my house, and I was just like, I just laughed it off. I'm like, so anyway, because I don't like that. But they were awesome. They were really cool. Oh boy, I think it's safe to say that this half is a wash. This half is a wash. Odin and Nuffle has the ball on the opposing 24-yard line to stall it out for a few more turns. Speaking of stalling, in the new BB 2025 rules, it seems that the stalling rule is permanently in effect. Tried to foul off the War Dancer. I would say that's typically not a bad foul, but come on, the ref's got you. The ref's got your number. Turn 6 now for the Spitespyre snipers. Two-die block against Rathoon here. Gets a pal. And that's the end of the turn. Turn 7 now for Odin and Nuffle. I imagine it's going to be a blitz on Bellamy and a foul on number 2. Here we go. That's going to mark out the Belisa as an assist. 1 assist now on Bellamy. Two-die blitz. It's a both standing result. And just going to score here in turn 7. So there is the score. The Odin, it's Nuffle, takes the lead in the ballgame 1-0. We'll see if any of these KOs come back for the snipers. Oh, they all came back. They're ready to play. Let's go. 7 on the pitch for the snipers now. Oh, and it's Nuffle with a commanding first drive in this game. They're going to be on offense for the first time. They'll have a 3-man player. I think it's a 3-man. It might actually be a 2-man player advantage. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3-man player advantage going into this, what is likely to be the final drive of the first half. Oh, and it's Nuffle screening out those Wood Elves, which, honestly, I think you've got to do when you're up against an Elven team, right? They're very agile, very fast, and they can score with 2 turns easily, which they have on the board right now. So this defense sets up tackle zones all the way across the width of the pitch. So a blitz isn't going to open up a lane. Here's the kick. No kicker for the defense. Cheering fan. Wow, onside kick. Cheering fans event is a draw, so we're not going to get a prayer to Nuffle here. The ball kicked on the 2-yard line just inside the right wide zone. Turn 7 for the Snipers. 2-die block against Lindisfarne, the number 3 Ulfwerener over on the left side of the line. Gets a push here. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. BB Nut says W rule in play. The W rule is you foul anything with a W, right? Yeah, very well done here by the Snipers to get Bellamy free down pitch. Again, 2 turns. Easy for an elf team to score. You've got to play solid defense in order to stop them. It can be real tricky to do. PB Nut says I prefer any waker on the ground. Zayas, welcome to the stream. Failed pickup attempt here. The ball's going to fumble across the line of scrimmage, which is not where this elf team wants it to be. Turn 8 now for Odin and Nuffle. They'll probably... Well, they're going to blitz one of these guys, and they're probably going to try to set up a scrum here around the ball and just try to stop... Oh, actually, no, they won't. They will blitz Bellamy, I believe. Yeah, that's the only scoring threat. Here we go, 2-die blitz with tackle. Oh, double skulls. We'll spend a reroll here. Boy, doesn't get the knockdown, so the scoring threat stays alive. Oh, frenzy follow-up. Tackle works out this time. Well, the scoring threat is still possible here. These War Dancers are an MA of 8. So now it's going to be trying to stop this War Dancer from easily dodging away. It does mean that. It absolutely does, yeah. Holy man, I read that backwards. I read I read Warmaster say I sense a pig foul, and then I read BB Nut say title of his sex tape. I was like, oh, all right. BB just says in Australia, the C word is how they say hello. I think if you ask anybody I know, they'd tell you that's how I say that's how I say hello. I curse like a sailor. I try not to on stream, but boy, I've got a foul mouth. Odin and Nuffle back on the bonus clock. You get 7 minutes, 30 seconds for the duration of the game. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, I start my day with, good morning, you little shits. It's time to learn some chemistry. Festoon says, yeah, that's the danger of coming in third season with a fresh team. At the same time, teams that took 2 seasons to develop can be wiped out if facing more repeatedly. Yeah. You know, there's... So, in the half, Odin and Nuffle will be in the lead 1-0 here. They're going to be on defense once again to start the second half. Seven v 11 on the pitch once more. 3-man player advantage for the Norse team. This Wood Elf team still very viable at this point and can score. The trick is going to be when do they score, right? So if they're going to play for a draw, we might see them pull back off the line here and retreat. So they'll pull back this way. That way they can spend a turn or two having the other team catch up. And that way they're not going to be eating blocks while they try to stall it out. If they're going to play for the win, they're probably going to try to score fairly early and then try to recover this ball back and score again. Telestrator of Doom in effect. Hank the Ranger, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I was gonna reply, and then I just decided not to. I just stopped talking. It's been a long day. But yeah, I get you. Six on the line for the Wood Elf. Wood Elves. So 6 on the line here. They want to punch. They're going to be going first here, and they're going to try to get their blocks in. Could be scary if a blitz event comes up on the kickoff table, however. Here's the kick. Weather's going to remain the same, and that extra bounce is going to put the ball off the pitch. That's a touchback. It's going to go into the hands of Shinbreaker, the level 2 thrower. Oh, no. No. Double skulls to start the half. The Spitespyre snipers with no rerolls remaining. Odin, it's Nuffle getting every ounce of prayer to Nuffle that the name is worth. BBNut says, I have a question for you about 2026 season and BB3 going to Warhammer Blood Bowl. The teams won't be able to transfer over. Do you have a plan? Yeah, so we've got, you know, I try not to overload people with information. But since you asked, we have a whole bunch of things that we're gonna discuss in the off season. That's one of the things we've got to figure out is what's going to happen when we go to the new 2025 rule set. Right, like we can't. Let's say Cyanide says, "Oh yeah, you'll be able to transfer over." We can't just rely on that, right? Like we need to have a plan that we know will work without relying on someone. I'm not saying Cyanide are liars, but we don't have any control over them. So we need to figure out something that will absolutely work for us. I don't want to I don't want to invite a whole bunch of opining that I can't really answer, but I will say they've said that the whole league has to restart. That's so weird. Well, all right. We'll figure it out. But we're also going to figure out some other stuff. Like, I'll just say, we hear everyone, and we are paying attention, and we always want this to be fun. So we will. We have lots of things to discuss for season 6, and hopefully we'll do our very best to address everybody's to at least allow everyone to be felt heard. Even it says, have you seen the new roster for like the various teams? I know I'm getting strength 3 catchers. I know that, and I'm losing 2 blitzers. I would rather keep the 2 blitzers, but you know, I've been around. You know, like I've said it a million times. I used to play fighting games competitive. Boy, this is a crime that we're watching a crime scene right now. I used to play fighting games competitively, so I'm well aware of like the cycle of when a new thing comes out, everybody likes to theory craft, and then you know you've got one camp that's like, oh, this is awesome, and another camp that's like, oh, this is all garbage. So I don't have an opinion in that regard, but I am excited to see how it changes the game. And I have seen the rosters. Some things, you know, I don't see the game design intent, but that could just be narrow vision or a lack of knowledge on my part. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the new game brings. Two-die block over in the left wide zone here against Svold in turn number 10. Wrestles to the ground. BB Nut says, sounds like you need to watch a 75-minute breakdown of all the rosters. Wow, that's very specific. Would you happen to have one? In all seriousness, I will. I assume it's on Andy's channel. I will absolutely watch that. Thanks for the link. I appreciate it. Oh, that's your channel. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. I'll check that out. I won't check it out today, but I will check it out this weekend for sure. So thank you very much. I'm still in like work. Do you ever get, I don't know, I think it's different for different jobs maybe, but like for me, like if I feel behind or if I didn't get what I needed to get done or whatever, like I'm still in work mode. Like I'm still running through things in my head. 2+ pickup here by Odin. It's Nuffle to walk the ball in. They're going to increase their lead 2-0. Oh, cool, BB. That sounds great. Mr. Rocker Cracker says, wait, there are jobs that don't have you in perpetual work mode? Okay, so it's normal then. Well, not normal, but you know what I mean. Common. Now down to 11v6 on the pitch in favor of Odin. It's Nuffle. They're going to have a 5-man player advantage going into the 4th drive of this game. Turn 11 about to start. Hank the Ranger says, I hope that wizard is a tactical nuke to even things out. Odin and Nuffle now with a significant player advantage. Repositions their defense here, not feeling the need to have to screen out the entire pitch. Instead, are going to ratchet up the heat here, and not only do they get to reposition their defense, but they rolled a 3 on the D3. They get to reposition 6 players to try to lock down these elves, or at least prevent the blocks and force the elves to have to make a whole bunch of dodges that they really don't want to make. Ball's going to be kicked to the opposing 12-yard line over in the right wide zone. The ball's going to end up on the sideline with Squig's luck. That ball pickup, it's going to be a 1. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to get thrown back into the Norseman. 2-9 block on the right side here. Gets a knockdown. Breaks armor. Let's go. Just gets a stun. Boy, oh boy, double skulls. I think we need to investigate Clypheus's dice at this point. Clypheus has done some shenanigans with the dice. Oh, turn 11 for Odin. It's Nuffle. I'm going to change my name to Praise Nuffle. That's what I'm going to do. Clypheus is Nuffle. BB Nut, what's your one sentence take on the rule? Like, are you excited for this? Like, does it look like it's going to be good to you? It sounds like you're saying yes, yeah? Ajax the Rice says, I'm super excited. I just love, honestly, I love that Games Workshop is giving Blood Bowl attention. Like that makes me very happy. Like, not just with, you know, minis and box product, but like really thinking about the rules, and that's awesome. That makes me very happy. PBNet says, I'm excited. I worry about the leveling system a little, and I feel sorry if your team got nuked for no good reason, but I love the new meta. Well, I'm eager to check it out in your video. I'm gonna watch that video while eating lunch on Saturday, I think. I think that's my Saturday lunch plans. Pump wagons are not secret weapons? So you're telling me that pump wagons are just legal on the pitch now? Going for the foul here on the right side. Trying to pick up the ball. There's the 3+ pickup. Naturally rolls a 6 and another 6. Clypheus. You know what? I gotta change my team's name to Nuffle. That's what I gotta do. Couple of dodges to the 2-9 blitz against Francie and Jess. Gets a push. We'll push onto the sideline here. Dice hacker confirmed. BBNet says, at the end of the day, Blood Bowl is still Blood Bowl. Every edition, some teams win, some teams lose. Well said. Amen. Turn 12 for Odin Nuffle. Final turn of the third quarter. They're up 2-0. Looking to score another touchdown here. Von Rue, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. We're in the middle of game 1 of our triple header this evening. Tudai Blitz gets the knockdown on the War Dancer thanks to tackle. 7+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow, but no armor break. Yeah, that's right. 3 games this evening. It was news to me today. I woke up and I saw the game schedule and I was like, all right, let's do it. Bad Dog says, at this point, if I'm Squiggy, I fireball my own team to teach them a lesson. Yeah. Boy, sometimes, man. Sometimes. What are the other 2 games? The next game coming up will be... It's going to be Dead and Loving It versus World of Cheese. That's S Beaver versus James Like Snacks. That's going to be Vamps versus Pro Elves. And then the third game this evening will be the NC Snakes versus the Gutterballs. Moob versus El Nubarino. That's Dark Elves versus Orcs. That's right. Sometimes. Sometimes. Back up to 6 for the Snipers. So it'll be a 5-man player advantage for Odin and Snuffle. Electric Man says, let's go Vamps, roll some 2s. Yep. We'll talk about them in game number 2, but basically they're always rushing. Finally, a kickoff event that doesn't favor Odin and Snuffle. The ball's going to be kicked to the opposing 10-yard line just inside that left wide zone. And now the Spitespyre snipers get an opportunity to try to block down this line. Good dodge for the 2-die on Sfold. Got the POW here, looking for the 8+. Mr. Rocker Cracker says, Hypnogaze being... Seriously, Clypheus, though, but seriously, listen. You can tell me it's cool, man. You can tell me. Just, did you swap out the dice? Is that what you did? Boy. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Oh. Clypheus. Oh, nobody's laughing at you. I'm sorry if it. I don't mean to make it seem that way. Clypheus is the embodiment of Nuffle. He's got the spirit of Nuffle within him. Odin and Snuffle taking 2 marks on the ball here, trying to secure it again and pick up another touchdown. Every single one of us has been here. We've all experienced this. I played a Wood Elf team, and my War Dancer died, and I put it in the intro because you know it's Blood Bowl at the end of the day, you know. Another good pickup here. Looking for 3 more SPP on Frisia. Bad Dog says, I've never played a game as dwarves or elves. People like me. Click through here on turn 14. Noting it's Nuffle. A rush to score. I think they might spend the rush here. They've got a reroll. They might try to rack up the touchdowns here, right? Like, it matters for standing. Going for the blitz on Shinbreaker. Gets a pal. Again. Another armor break. Gets a stun. Two-die block over the left side here. Gets a knockdown. Francia on the block. Clypheus is a great coach. This is not taking away from Clypheus' win at all. But I think we can safely call this a dicing. 4-0 the score. A dicing. 6-man player advantage coming up for the Norseman. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, I once rolled Skull Both Down into Skull Both Down with an unleveled Ulf versus a Goblin. Took the both down, didn't even dent the combo. Opponent rolled a 12 on armor, 12 on injury, 16 on Kaz. Opponent into 16. That's when you know Nuffle hates you. Some days Nuffle hates you. You're like, okay, all right, fine. But at least I have the apothecary. Oh, great. The apothecary hates me too. Is this another solid defense? Jeez Louise. Two-die block on the left side here. Gets a pal. It's another armor break. Going after the War Dancer on the line. Gets a push here. Frenzy follow-up into a push. Quick, I assure you, nobody is laughing at you. We have all been here. I apologize for laughing. It is not at you. It is. I find the game very fun. You've had some very bad die rolls. There's nothing you can do about that. I find that funny, but that is not indicative of a failing of yours. So I apologize, but you have done nothing wrong. It's just. The game, you know, this is the game we play, you know? This is a matchup we talked about in the pregame that this North team is a very bashy team. They have a lot of block. They've got Frenzy, which Frenzy is giving him extra dice. He's got Tackle to negate the dodge skill. That's tough. It's tough to deal with. And then when the dice are just bad, it's, you know, what can you do about that? There isn't a whole lot. Final turn of the game here. Turn 16 for Odin. It's Nuffle. They're going to walk the ball in one more time, and this game is going to end 5-0. Odin and Nuffle wins their game here in week number 2. Very well done by Clypheus. Oh boy, that was a crime scene. that was rough. But sometimes Nuffle has it out for you. 5-0 the score here. Well played by both coaches. That was I had a lot of fun. I understand it's not a whole lot of fun being on the receiving end of a loss. But you know, again, we've all played this game. We've all been there. We all get it. And I think a lot of us share that. We can go, yep, yeah, that sucks. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. All right, with that win here, Odin and Nuffle increases their lead here in Division A. They are 2-0-0, and they'll remain at the top of the division. We will get... BB says, on my own stream, I once picked the skull and my mommy died. They all laughed. I would have laughed too. It's a fun game. I had a troll vomit on himself to death. I mean, when you have a game where that can happen, it's just a lot of fun, you know? All right. I think we're just going to get right into game number 2 here. So give me a minute here. I'll set up and then we'll get in our second game here, which is going to be, well, I'll tell you what it'll be in just a minute.